Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the Southern Tea Podcast, Breaking Expectation Levels. So, what more appropriate to shatter the glass ceilings than to go ahead and talk about expectation levels? What even are they? All right, an expectation level is the perception of what you want reality to be. It's the mental framework you build to make life feel more predictable, more digestible. But here's the catch: it's not always aligned with what life really is. You're limiting yourself whenever you put an expectation on everything. There's a time and a place for expectation levels, yes. So whenever I posted, hey, this is what the Southern Tea Podcast is going to be about. I was born and raised in the South, and I'm a Southern woman. I love myself some tea. And I'll be, spilling the tea on this podcast. All those things. It is an expectation level for you to understand the parameters of, okay, she's cool. I want to follow her podcast, or not my cup of tea, but I know somebody who would like that cup of tea. Okay, so pass it along. Not everybody likes sweet tea. Not everybody likes unsweet tea. And not everybody likes tea at all. Some people are coffee people. So it is what it is. Your palate digests things how it needs to be. And the way that it needs to be looked at a lot of times, or should be looked at a lot of times, is that an expectation level sometimes would be something that makes it in a little bit more of a fixed mindset, or even could be something that's a little bit more of a parameter for someone with a trauma informed type of a mindset. You're going to want to have consistency, predictability, and parameters for people who are in a healing journey. Whereas if you're in a growth mindset where you are not as limited in the way that your brain functions and the way that you're able to handle and digest information, you're going to want essentially to open up the way that your reality and your perception intakes information. So instead of having, like, imagine having unseasoned rice and potatoes with like literally no spice, no variety, there's no surprise. It's just rice and potatoes every day. No butter, nothing. I I can't imagine eating rice without a little bit of butter on it, or potatoes without a little bit of butter, either of them without some form of salt or pepper, rosemary, thyme, something to season them. Add a little like I get that there's people who do, but are you okay? Like, for real. Like, I do also understand that there's dietary restrictions because your tummy might not be able to handle things. That goes back to what you can and can't handle. See what I did there? See what I did there? So, we're going to go back to life is not meant to be bland. It limits your experiences while convincing yourself that you're tasting the full menu of life when it's meant to be messy. It's meant to be flavorful. It's meant to be unpredictable and rich with nuances. Now, when you let go of like rigid expectations and you stop trying to control reality and just experience it, that glass ceiling shatters. That's when reality rushes in, unfiltered and vibrant. You're going to see all the new colors, and you're also going to see just how beautiful, like, you're going to have a new taste. a new sense of smell, a new sense of being. So we're going to just explore here, like not clinging to expectations and embracing the unexpected, expecting the unexpected, quite literally. And that's because that's where growth lives, and that's where freedom begins. That's the kind of life that I am wanting to spread passion for with everyone that I reach, even if it's just one person. That is my goal here, is to just reach one person. Also, there's storms about, and it is sounding like Thor is just going for it upstairs. So it's like off in the distance, and it is really cool. But anyway, even if I touch one life, just one, that's what this is about. The outreach in my mindset here as an influencer is to at least be able to inspire, encourage, or uplift at least one person, and to be able, excuse me, and to be able to motivate past motivation actually and into a dedication for self. Don't limit yourself. Do water the gardens of your life and allow the flowers to flourish. I look forward to seeing you all in my next episode. These are going to be minis for a little bit. I'm going to keep them at about 10, maybe 15 minutes for the first little bit. Just so that I can get you guys content to see what I'm about, who I am, and um, just know there's so many different things that I will be throwing at you guys. Like, there's such a broad spectrum of things that I will be like, ooh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Um, I was legit just editing earlier and I was like, expectation level. We're going to talk about that real quickly. So I wanted to touch on that real quick just because I felt very drawn about the parameters of that within life and how that it applies to us being human in general, and how that it can better serve us and where we are and who we are, and open up that pathway to step into a whole new area instead of the redundancy of I have to because I always have. You don't have to because you always have. You don't have to be the same person you were 2 seconds ago. You can be whoever you decided you wanted to be. And that's the beauty of life. Right now, that's where a lot of drudgery and a lot of sadness comes from. A lot of um, restriction and just unhappiness comes from, is staying stuck in the past of this is who I was, so this is who I have to be. No, you do not have to be anything. You choose who you are as of right this very moment. You become him, her, whoever that you want to be. And just because you made a choice or a decision in life does not mean that you are stuck in it. You can always say you're sorry to anyone in your life, and you can always turn the tides. You can, most importantly, always apologize to yourself, and make the life happen for you that you always dreamed of. All right, my little teapods. I'm just gonna be coming up with the most random stuff because this is new and what we're gonna be doing is what it is. Um, my little teapods, we shall have another episode soon, but go forth and make someone's day. Rather it's your own, someone else's, you reflect on this, whatever have you. Go forth and have such a beautiful day. Go love yourself. Take time to have self-care. Set the expectation level of literally, the expectation level needs to be no expectation level. Free your mind, free your body, free everything about yourself, and ask yourself, who am I? How do I become them? Who am I? How do I get there? How do I become that person? And what steps do I need to take? It is never too late to become the truest form of your essence and self that you want to be. All right. I will see you guys next time.